What's up? Welcome back to my channel, or for the first time for new, I'm Sylvan, and today I'm going to be reacting to Sandrone's character trailer to New Beginnings. I am very excited to get into this. I am eagerly awaiting the new version, and I've been a big fan of Sandrone's character since we really initially met her, so I'm just going to get straight to it, not waste any time. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment on your thoughts, consider becoming a channel member if you want to support me just that little bit extra, and let's get into this. Oh. Ooh, this is a way to start a trailer, okay. I love this style-wise. I love the art style. Ooh. This is stylistically so strong immediately. I assume this is Elaine building Sandrone. Ooh, and now to the 3D. Also just the lighting already. Ooh, I love that sequence. That was such a good sequence.
Weather, clear. Optimal testing conditions.
Oh.
Power level met expectations.
The construction of, oh god, I'm forgetting her name.
Is ready for final calibration.
Okay. Interesting.
Unfortunately, without Polonia, data collection and retrieval have suffered.
Aww. She has to get the books herself now. Ooh, the music.
Clear. Took a walk. It's Fontanelli film
some cameos.
Season. Someone made one about Alain's life.
Yeah, okay.
The poster made him look ancient. You've been immortalized as an old man, Alain.
The mechanical like dragonflies. Oh, and now back to this style. Yeah. Oh, I love this. Oh. God. Her learning to walk back when she was first constructed. Ooh, God. Learning. Ooh.
Weather. Overcast. Tested Faggio in the field.
Okay. The switch off. Time for the fucking laser. Ooh. The strings. Ooh, the vibes are immaculate here. The just casual, dismissive nature.
Result. All targets eliminated.
Oh?
Voice module will remain uninstalled. Excuse me.
Okay.
I'm looking for Miss Guillotin.
Oh? Oh, what is that for the end? This trailer is beautiful. There's so many different little things it does that I love. Whether it's the very distinct art style of the 2D animated portions that represent the past of her learning, being constructed, being taught things by Elaine, or just the lighting and composition of some of the 3D shots. There is visually so much nice stuff going on, and the music just elevates it, with it just being really solid and really fitting to her vibe. Going through it just a little bit more thoroughly though, I really, really love how we open this, with the construction of Sandrone, her birth, you could say. And the fact that they use a distinct art style for it is incredibly nice. I really love it. I acknowledge similar things in Sandrone's animated short, where they would use different art styles and different sort of aesthetics for the past versus the present. And this takes that idea and elevates it massively. But then on top of that, we also have another few aspects that make the past elements of her being constructed and learning even more interesting. One being how it's boxed in a lot more, where the 3D elements are more just this letterbox style. These portions are more boxed in on all sides, and even then have more internal paneling and stuff to show different things all at once. It visually makes it incredibly distinct. Another thing that's very distinct that I like in this initial section is how a lot of this imagery is, of course, of machinery and gears and her construction, but it also has intermixed into all of it images of plants and nature and growth, or another way to put it, life. Flowers blooming, plants growing, signs of life and flourishing, something that ties back to the creation of this new life in the form of Sandrone. And that follows into our first shots of the 3D section of the present. We open with her laying in a field of flowers, waking up as a flower blooms in front of her. We then move to her testing the various devices and pieces that she is going to be implementing into Fagio, which follows throughout the entire trailer, with it essentially intercutting between her testing Fagio in whatever space she is in here, her test lab, and the other scenes of the trailer. But in an interesting way, this mirrors her own creation, where Elaine built Sandrone long ago and with much simpler tools comparatively. She is doing much the same, just with more advanced technology. Within this, though, we once again acknowledge the loss of Polonia, which of course is something that we have to bring up in relation to Sandrone, but it really doesn't get that much focus. It really is just this one line. From there, though, we move on to another scene, notably still alone, but out amongst people, including this cameo of both Farina and Navia, which is just a little fun touch. It's always fun to have the little cameos of characters. But the important thing from this scene is something relating to Elaine, more specifically, the idea of legacy. Someone has made a film about Elaine's life. His legacy has lived on, but what she draws from it isn't that his legacy has endured, but the way that it has endured is through him being an old man, him being ancient. She looks at this image of her father that everyone else has and compares it to her own. Of course, she was constructed in his later years as well, but there is something to perhaps the difference in how she viewed him. And on top of this, there is also the way she phrases this. The fact that she says it as if speaking to Elaine, even though he isn't here, even though he's been dead for a long time, that thematically feels resonant with the moments from her teaser and animated short, where she is almost sort of half remembering, half reminiscing about him and practically talking to him. It is another instance of his legacy echoing through her, his memory echoing through her. She has not forgotten him and likely never will. But it's then from here that we move into our next sort of past segment with the very interesting art style, where the first one was more so focused on her actual creation and sort of first moments of existence. This one much more is focused on her learning of the world and gaining knowledge and her first experiences, learning how to be a person, that kind of thing. We have her being unsteady on her feet, being aided by Elaine, beginning to draw interesting patterns and stuff, showing her like manual dexterity and like precision, with her seemingly drawing both of these elaborate patterns simultaneously with two hands, quickly showing her intellect and her capacity for learning, the ease at which she picks up and understands puzzles through this essentially Rubik's Cube. It's all showing her quick development and mastery of knowledge and logic and information, until finally we cut from her still slightly unsteady footsteps of the past to her now confident footsteps of the present. From here we get the main sort of centerpiece of the trailer, which is just a good fight scene with her and Fagio, it being framed as the test for Fagio's capabilities. And other than just the visual and audio spectacle that is this whole scene, the main thing I pull out of it is the sort of casual, almost bored dismissiveness at which she conducts the experiment. She is in no way concerned about the various mechs who are fighting back against her and Fagio. The exact context of whether or not she's also controlling these mechs and this is entirely just a controlled test, or if it's basically just going out somewhere to fight some mechs she found, it's unclear, but regardless of the circumstance, she is completely unconcerned, which speaks to her confidence as well as a bit of her attitude. She is confident, but a bit detached. It's nothing really new, but it very much fits within what we know of her. But then at the end, rather interestingly, we close out with her in the aquarium, which was mentioned in the special program as being a new location, of course, with Sandrone being approached by, I believe, Citlali, if I'm placing the voice right and am to trust what it says in the description. But interestingly enough, Citlali says she is looking for Miss Guillotin, Elaine's last name. Is it possible that Sandrone has sort of taken on his last name, taken her role as his daughter, or perhaps embodying the person that she was constructed after his sister? Or is this a misunderstanding from Citlali? Regardless of what it is, it's an interesting note to end it on, and I think it hints pretty obviously towards the event which will functionally be Sandrone's story, given that Citlali's involved in that. This clearly is post-Faggio construction, with Faggio right there. So everything is lined up for this to be at some point shortly prior to when we get involved. But what exactly Citlali is seeking her out for is something I'm curious about. I don't know exactly why, but it's very curious. It's a very interesting note to end the trailer on. But beyond that, the trailer is fairly straightforward, despite being really interesting and really fun. So I think I'll leave it there. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment on your thoughts, and very special thanks to all of my channel members, including Alice Guardia, Amorphosilica, Dweller, and Pokelove 101 at the normal tier, and Eliolith and Kano Nano at the cool person tier. Really appreciate your support, as always, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye!